What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, if you see something that you like here today, please don't forget to subscribe at some point. Those of you stopping by that have been here before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. Glad you came see me. So today I wanted to go a little bit more in depth on a fragrance that I find is underrated, underutilized, and unfairly crapped on, really and truly, in the community. It gets a basic tag, and I feel like it's just a fresher version of a beloved DNA. And of course, we're talking about Dolce & Gabbana, the one gray. Stay tuned. Dolce & Gabbana, the one gray, like I said, people give it crap, you know, and I find it's unfair. If more people tried it, more people might like it. So let's start off with this presentation. So right off the bat, it's a very basic silver reflective box. You can see my ring light reflecting in here. Yes, I have two different tones to my ring light. Natural lighting and super white. Irrelevant, I get it. But basic box, batch code, UPC on the bottom, nothing on the sides, nothing on the top. Back has a little bit of fragrant information. Now in regards to this bottle, this is the standard Dolce & Gabbana, the one bottle, only it's completely clear, completely translucent. Dolce & Gabbana, the one on the bottom, says gray right in the middle, has a brushed aluminum look to the cap, which is a slightly metal outer, it's a metal outer shell filled with plastics, got a lot of heft to it. And then you do have batch code information, size and concentration on the bottom. Large atomizer that does spray very well, sprays nice and far, right amount of juice. Man, just an underrated scent. You know, this isn't anything special. It's an iconic and classic bottle design, very basic box, but it is nice, stacks well, it's got a lot of heft to it, thick base glass. Presentation is going to get a 7.5 out of 10. Now moving on into this scent. It was released in 2018. It's classified as a woody aromatic. I'll put the notes right here for you. And in the opening, it's going to be very familiar. You do smell the one eau de toilette through and through. The original Dolce & Gabbana, the one. This is a fresher take on that DNA. This is much more summery, performs about the same, and smells eerily similar. You do have a lot of fresh citrus in that opening, and there's a sweet spice to it. The cardamom is very present, which is kind of strange for such a fresh fragrance, but it really works in this situation. It's going to give you that sweet tobacco vibe, that sweet ambery tobacco, even though amber is not listed in this fragrance, of Dolce & Gabbana, the one. Like I said, it smells like a fresher version, not a watered down version by any means. And once you get in that transition, it's still very aromatic, just like it was in that initial opening blast. The citruses start to calm down a little bit more. The tobacco really comes out a whole lot more. It's very fresh, spicy, and herbal at this point. A lot of the green components come out more. And like I said, the tobacco really becomes the star of the show. And it really gives off an ambery, sweet tobacco smell, like I said before, with no amber being listed in the notes. It's very strange. I really do believe there's a little bit of amber hiding in this formula. And then on the dry down, it's very tobacco dominant, and you do get a light grassy vetiver, but the vetiver doesn't really come out and really pronounce itself much. You can kind of detect it in the back, really adding the overall freshness from start to finish. There's different things that add the freshness all throughout the different stages, which it does have 3 transitions from opening to your mid, early dry down, and then your deep dry down. I think it smells great. I really do. I think it's very underutilized. I don't know how easy it is to get samples. I don't know if you just pretty much got a blind buy it at this point. I'm not sure if it's discontinued. I didn't check any of these things. Shame on me. But I do believe that it's 40 bucks for 100 ml at most discounters, including FragranceNet with the coupon code, which is linked below. If you want to check it out, that is where I got this one. And I got it a while back. I've worn it a few times now. It actually was my scent of the day yesterday or day before, depends on when this video comes out. And it's a really great fragrance for the office. If you're a fan of Dolce & Gabbana, the one, this is the work-friendly version. Not saying the original's not, but this is a fresher, more hot weather, office and casual setting version of Dolce & Gabbana, the one. I think it gets an unfair shake. I really do. I think it's not the greatest fragrance in the world, but the scent on this one is absolutely a 7 out of 10. I just think it's a good smell. Nothing wrong with it. Now, performance. This is where most of the line tend to take a hit to begin with. So I did get 5 hours until it fell off and became a faint skin scent. Nothing to brag about, nothing special. But those of you familiar with the one eau de toilette and even the one eau de parfum, for a lot of people, 5 hours is kind of standard fare for this fragrance and this DNA type in this line. I know some get more with the eau de parfum, but I get about 5 hours with the eau de toilette, which I do have. Here it is right here. This is a 50 ml. I get the same performance from this to this. 5 hours longevity. It's a 6 out of 10. It's not the worst performing thing in the world. If it was 3 hours, yeah, that's pretty bad, you know, for what you're going to pay and what you would expect from Dolce & Gabbana. But 5 hours, it's hard to gripe. Yeah, if it was 6 to 7, obviously it would be even better. But 5 hours, keep it with you and refresh. It's not the end of the world. Projection, like I said, very similar. The first hour, about arm's length. You can smell me. I've got a little mild scent bubble when I walk by for about an hour. Then it starts to sit really close to the skin. Projection, not a monster. This is a pull you in type of fragrance where if you get a whiff, you may want to check it out. Very seductive, just like the original. You can wear this one date nights in the summer, just like you can wear this one date nights in the summer, because they smell very similar. This is just a bit fresher. Projection is going to be a 6 out of 10 overall. It's never really filling any rooms. It's not going beyond arm's length, and it doesn't leave a big scent trail. It's very close to the skin, but it does smell extremely good, in my opinion. Overall, Dolce & Gabbana, the one gray, is absolutely a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's not the greatest fragrance on the market, and I could see why some want to overlook it, but I feel like the hate it receives, or the dislikes, we'll go with dislike over hate, I feel like it's not really warranted because it's not a bad fragrance. The performance isn't what everybody would want it to be. I get that. But the scent is great. The prices are right. They're not bad. And it has its place. I know in my rotation, this has a place in my rotation. It has a use. This can add diversity, especially if you love this one to go on dates. This can be what you wear during the day. If you just swear by this and you wear this all the time, or the eau de parfum, this can be your daytime wear and your evening wear. In the same line, same DNA, two different uses, really and truly. I think it gets an unfair shake, and I think more people need to check it out. Until next time, guys, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of you agree with me that the one gray just doesn't get a fair shake, and it's not as bad of a fragrance as advertised? You know, I think it's a pretty good fragrance. It's a solid release. It's a, you know, slightly above average to average, you know, nothing special, but a solid fragrance overall. Then again, how many of you hate it? I mean, I know there's going to be some people in the comments that are, man, I get 2 hours, I can't stand that fragrance. That happens. I hear that on just about every review I do. Not everything works for everyone. These are just my opinions, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And until next time, I will say, if you give Dolce & Gabbana the one gray a chance, you give it a spray now, who knows? You might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.